Hello and welcome to Value Chain TV News Update. I am Adalbio Gwejofor with the news. And on the news update, Vice President Kashim Shettima has urged both domestic and international investors to avail themselves of the new opportunities created by power deficit and federal government's bid to drive additional investments in Nigeria's energy sector. The Vice President made the call in Abuja during the financial bid opening for the privatization of the 5 national integrated power projects plans. The Vice President, who was represented by the Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Senator Ibrahim Hassan Hadejia, said that Nigeria's power deficit extends an open invitation to domestic and international partners. He also pledged the commitment of the Tinubu administration in addressing the country's energy deficiency, just as it remains focused on enhancing ease of doing business. The country's power crisis is set to take a turn over the next 3 days as the largest power generating plant in West Africa, Egbin Power, shuts down for maintenance works, according to a statement by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. The shutdown means a reduction of 676 megawatts of bulk power generated into the nation's grid for 3 days, and consequently, the quantum of bulk power available to be delivered to the distribution company's load centers nationwide for the period. The development has thrown major parts of the country currently struggling with a power generation capacity of less than 5,000 megawatts. Some Nigerians have reacted to this development, the reports.
My opinion is if it is possible for it to be diverted or to be averted, it will be better, because there are various sectors that this will affect. Number one, medically. There are some hospitals, they can't do without this light, and we have so many patients out there using lights for their treatment. So what will be their fate when this happens? So we have a lot of damages, lots of lives. We don't pay such to happen. So government should find a way to circumvent this situation.
Well, that's going to be so devastating, because the current situation of the country now is not palatable to everyone. We are still managing little power supply to do one or two things. So it's going to be total blackout. It means we are going to a total dilemma, and it's going to affect the whole economic, the status, the living, and whatever you can think of.
To me, I feel the government should look for a way to help out, because it's not ideal for a country as big as Nigeria to have just one source of energy. It doesn't make sense. So we should have several sources. In case of something like this, we should have something we can fall back on. It shouldn't even be just one source, for crying out loud. And there are different sources of energy too. If we cannot use this one, we can equally go for solar, go for other sources of energy that will benefit us. We can't afford to go on blackout this festive period.
One of Africa's largest foods, mining, manufacturing and industrial conglomerate, BOA Group, has signed an agreement with CIMC ENRIC, a global leader in the energy equipment industry, in partnership with Axela, to establish a 600-ton per day mini liquefied natural gas LNG project in Nigeria. The signing ceremony took place at BOA Group headquarters in Lagos, where the chairman of BOA, Abdul Samad Rabiu, noted that the strategic agreement marks a significant milestone in BOA Group's expansion into the energy sector. He said BOA Group is dedicated to utilizing cleaner energy, adding that BOA remains committed to sustainable energy solutions across its business operations. President Bola Tinubu has warned the board of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, and its management team against sense of entitlement and non-performance. The president said this while inaugurating the board of the NNPCL at the State House. In a statement issued by the Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, President Tinubu called for a critical review of the Petroleum Industry Act and recognition of the Niger Delta's vital role in producing oil. He admonished the members of the board to prioritize profitability, high production, and strong governance. The Director General of the Debt Management Office, DMO, Patience Oniha, has disclosed that the federal government borrowed 7.04 trillion naira locally in 2023. She said the figure was the federal government's domestic target for the year. She revealed this while speaking to CNBC Africa on the sidelines of the discussions for the establishment of the African Debt Managers Initiative Network, spearheaded by the African Development Institute of the African Development Bank in Abuja. The African Energy Chamber, AEC, has commended the immediate past Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Content Development and Management Board, NCDMB, Engineer Simbi Wabote, for his legacy and contributions in enhancing local content in Nigeria and Africa's oil and gas sector. The commendation came from the Executive Secretary of AEC, NJ Ayuk, in a release obtained by Value Chain TV. Chat Moses completes the report.
Speaking on his contributions, Ayuk indicated that Wabote's success with the NCDMB includes establishing a number of highly impactful funds, like the creation of the USD 350 million Nigerian Content Intervention Fund, NCIF, which enabled it to provide affordable credits for Nigerian oil and gas service companies and local contractors. The AEC boss added that under Wabote's leadership, NCDMB also launched a fund to drive local manufacturing of oil and gas industry equipment and components, a research and development fund to solve energy industry problems, and a working capital fund to help oil and gas companies overcome the damaging effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. While expressing his reservations at the replacements, he noted that Wabote demonstrated an unwavering commitment to fostering local content policies that not only benefited Nigerians, but also created opportunities for other Africans, adding that Wabote used local content as a wage issue to drive resource nationalism and promote intra-African collaborations. Ayuk said that the chamber hopes that Wabote's successor, Felix Ube, will continue the effort towards robust local content development, building upon Wabote's initiatives while addressing implementation gaps and any other concerns. For Value Chain TV, Chat Moses reporting.
The Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA, has presented a proposal of the sum of 77 billion naira for the 2024 budget amidst calls for increased annual budgetary allocations to the agency. The managing director of the agency, Engineer Chukwuemeka Agbasi, revealed this during a joint sitting of the Senate and House committees on FEMA at the hearing of the presentation of the FEMA 2023 performance and 2024 budget defense in Abuja. During the presentation, the committee noted that the roads selected for the 2024 capital budget proposal were based on equitable distribution of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. The managing director further added that priorities were given to major trunk A roads within the zones that would key into Mr. President's priority areas of national development and economic recovery, as well as roles that would massively improve movement of persons, goods, services, and agricultural produce to boost food security and economic well-being of the citizens. Ahead of the festivities, Nigerians traveling to spend the holidays with your loved ones in other destinations face a sudden hike in transportation fares as transporters have lamented poor patronage. In a chat with Value Chain TV, chairman of the Abuja to Itape, Okene, laments the preparation towards festivities as compared to last year. The reports.
I think I will have still preferred last year. Yes, because speaking from my own view, for the fact that I'm under the transportation from Abuja to Kene, Itape train station. As of last year, we're not buying fuel as high as this. Okay, now like the vehicle we buy fuel for 9,500, sometimes 10,000. to fill it up, and it takes you to Kogi and brings you back. But right about now, it's 32,000 to fill such vehicle. You see, that's triple the amount. You understand? Like that last year, by the time you fill your vehicle, 10,000, you go, you come back that same day, you will have like 15, 18,000 as your gain for going to Kogi and coming back. But right about now, even for the fact that you are collecting much higher now, because as of last year we're collecting like 4,000, 4,500, and we were happy with it. We're making enough of money. But right about now we are collecting 7,500 to Kogi, to Okene precisely, and 6,000 naira to Lokoja. And you discover that despite the high in the amount of money we are collecting from passengers, it has no value anymore.
And that's it on the news update. I am Adalbio Gwejofor. Thanks for staying with us.